You are welcome to this channel. Thank you for visiting once again. Keep sharing, continue to give us your like, and don't forget to subscribe. In the news, alleged missing 400 billion naira in Rivers State. Niger Delta activist calls Administrator Iba to question. Renowned environmental and human rights activist N400 Briggs has called for immediate answers from the Rivers State Government House Administrator, the person of Ibas, Boma, over allegations of a missing 400 billion naira in state fund. Speaking in an exclusive interview with Symphony TV, Briggs expressed grave concern over what she described as financial and administrative anomalies following the suspension of Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Briggs, a member of the Rivers State Elders and Leaders Forum, led by former Governor Chief Rufus Ada George, raised pressing questions about accountability and transparency. She questioned why Ivas, upon assuming administrative control of the state, did not publicly declare his assets, a standard protocol previously observed by Fubara. You don't just walk into government without declaring your assets, especially when the person before you did, Bridge said. We are talking about billions of naira belonging to the people of Rivers State. The citizens deserve to know exactly how much Governor Fubara left behind, how much Ivas met, and how much is currently in the state's bank accounts. Bridge also condemned alleged convert movements of government accounts between banks, describing such actions as wrong and suspicious. She argued that the banks must confirm the actual balances to determine if any funds are unaccounted for. If these things you are hearing are true, then even the president should be worried. He needs to be informed that there may be misuse of Rivers State funds, she emphasized. The activist further criticized Administrator Ibas for actions she claimed falls outside the scope of his mandate. This includes the dissolution of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission (RCEC) and the removal of civil service and democratic structures in the state. At no time was he instructed to disband the RCEC. These are appointments made through democratic processes. What was his reason for tampering with these processes? It's not even from Rivers State. So how did he know who to appoint? Briggs questioned. She accused Ibas of worsening the political crisis in the state rather than resolving it, stating that his actions have driven investors away and destabilized an environment that was previously seeing signs of economic progress. From the time Fubara became governor until his suspension, there was peace and development. Businesses were booming. But since Ibas arrived, that has reversed, she said. Briggs concluded by warning that the current path could further compound the crisis of Rivers State, calling for transparency, accountability, and the immediate involvement of federal authorities to restore democratic order. The Rivers State government has yet to respond to the allegation at the time of this report. Well, we are bound to be seeing these backs and forths as regards the state of emergency declaration in Rivers State. We have some people who are not even happy at all about the matter, and they will continue to speak against the matter until the status quo is maintained, until they reverse the situation and bring back the governor. Today is the turn of N400 Briggs, that human rights activist, that is, environmental activist, standing in, even and speaking on behalf of Rivers people, knowing fully well that it's going to be a little bit difficult to approach the administrator, who happens to be a man from another state entirely, Akwa Ibom State. And then, of course, some of the things that the man has been doing since assumption of office might not really go well with Rivers people. But those are the reasons why Mrs. N400 Briggs has decided to call for immediate answer, especially as regards matters regarding the account of Rivers State. That's number two. She is also concerned about the fact that the administrator did not declare his assets while coming into office, which is the standard norm anyway. For anybody to come into power, at least you need to declare your asset, knowing fully well that Rivers State has some things and a big account, and then he doesn't want to see whereby the commonwealth of the people of Rivers State will have been carted away or taken away, but I don't want to use the word stolen away. And apart from that too, Mrs. Ankiobi also raised question about the issue of moving account to account and all other things as regards Rivers State. He also pinpointed the fact that as far as the sole administrator is in place, a lot of things are happening already. Business are already going down south. Yes, those are some of her concerns. She mentioned the fact that a lot of things are turning around. Even investors are beginning to withdraw even from Rivers State. Some of these things needed to be investigated in reality so as to give a right judgment even on the matter, and also to be fair to the administrator is very, very important. But all these things that have been pointed by the Mrs. Ankyo Briggs, I think this government of Rivers State as a president need to look into them, and if there is need for them to give a public reaction and response, I think it is very, very important for the government to do, because he also pinpointed the fact that the administrator is already disbanding some political structures that were put in place, removing key civil and democratic structure too in the state. These are some of the things that are of concern to Mrs. Ankyo Briggs, and is asking that the administrator has no right, and because he wasn't instructed to disband the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, because they are appointments that are made through democratic processes. Then she also want to know his reasons for tampering with those processes, because it's not even from the state. How will he even know who and who to appoint when he wants to bring in new people into those offices? Not only that, as a result of some of these actions, he has already accused the administrator of worsening the political crisis in the state rather than resolving it, stating that his actions are driving investors away and destabilize an environment that was previously seeing signs of economic progress. Well, at the end of the day, let's wait and see, because we are expecting the response of the government, and also we can't just blame the administrator. If Rivers people have decided to put their house in order before now, the issue of declaration of state of emergency wouldn't have arisen. So in a nutshell, we may have some sentiment to what Mrs. Ankyo was saying. We also need to let the Rivers people know that their politicians are the real cause of their issue, and then let them go and settle their home. Automatically the state of emergency will fizzle away. But as long as there is no negotiation table, and Fubara and Wike did not settle, that man will remain as the leader in Rivers State until all these things are put in perspective. So, Mr. Administrator, please don't spoil the ground before you leave. Do the necessary correction and put your name in the annals of history on a positive note. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like and please share. Thank you.